I've worked with Claire McCaskill across the aisle in a bipartisan matter, but I got to tell you, when Claire McCaskill calls the Democrat candidate and urges him to get off the ballot, you know something fishy is going on. And I have a message for Claire McCaskill. We've had a lot of people from Missouri come across the border. Just think of Quantrill. Stay in Missouri. Don't try to fiddle around with Kansas politics. Again, my opponent has a record of voting for Barack Obama, running against me as a Democrat, and donating to Harry Reid. If you want to make change in Washington, get rid of Harry Reid. Put him out to pasture.
I think the fact that our message is resonating with Kansans, that Kansans really do believe Washington is broken. They really do believe we're sending the worst of both parties, not just Republicans, not just Democrats, but both parties to Washington. And that if we want to solve our problems as a nation, we're going to have to get back into the serious business of problem solving instead of simply positioning to get reelected. And ultimately, that's what our campaign is about. That's the message that we brought to Kansas.
The U.S. Senate is in Washington. My home is Dodge City, and I'm damn proud of it. Mr. Orman.
Well, I suspect, Senator, I've been to Dodge City more this year than you have.
How many times?
And I've been there 4 times this year. I've been there 4.
Well, I've been about 7, so you're wrong on that.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'll look for the camera roll on that. And I probably lived more of my adult years in Kansas than you have. But what I will say, to be perfectly candid, is I don't think it matters. I don't think it matters where someone lives. I think it matters how they vote. And when it comes to voting for Kansas and standing up for Kansas values, Senator Roberts has taken a sharp turn to the right. He voted against the Farm Bill. He voted against veterans benefits. He voted against funding for NBAF. And ultimately, maybe the most egregious thing is when the VA reform bill came up, he didn't even bother to vote on it. And I think that's an affront to all Kansas veterans.
And in this farm bill, it was tough because there were enemies of crop insurance. I protected it, I saved it, and we improved it. That's a significant thing that we done. Now, he says I voted against the farm bill. Number one, it goes in the wrong direction. Many of these farmers aren't going to worry about low-intensity water, and goodness knows I don't want the federal government trying to control that. But at any rate, farmers will now be planning for the government instead of making the decisions themselves. Second, more regulations, and goodness knows we don't need any of that. And lastly, food stamps. If there is ever a program that cries for reform, both for the taxpayer and those who truly need it, it is food stamps. None of that happened. On the basis of that, I voted no on the farm bill, but we protected and improved crop insurance.